Happy Wednesday.
Well, Coach, talk about the week.
It's been good. It's been really good. It has had great energy all week. 2 good days in a row, and excited to get back out and play.
Can you update us on Tanner Muse and what he's doing right now?
It's been good. A good week. Everybody's had a good week. A lot of guys that needed that break. He was certainly one of them.
Is this one of the more underrated rivalries in college football? I mean, I would say it's, Clemson, Florida State may be Clemson's second biggest rival. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if it's under. I mean, for a long time, it's been a top 10 matchup. The last couple of years, it hasn't been. Maybe it's from a national standpoint, but at least from the last 10 years, I mean, the winner of this game has gone on to win this league or win the division for sure. I think Georgia Tech in 09, but. So I think it gets a lot of pub. We've been good, so it's nationally, it's state exposure. Or Florida State is really good, and so for whatever reason, I think the game has been big and relevant for a long time. But from a division standpoint, we're not really worried about the national stuff. This game is our next goal is try to win this division. And this is the most talented team we've played. Easily across the board, and getting better. Probably should be 5-0, and so we got a big challenge. It's Clemson, Florida State. Both teams are, they're all big, but this is one of them. Like I said, it's got a little. There's always a little extra juice in there, and so we're excited about the challenge.
Who's it different about Kendall Briles' approach to the running game this year versus what
It's
they
a little
had
more
last year?
downhill. A little more downhill. A little more counter, split lead zones, some split zone, but just a little more downhill. Last year they were a little more east-west, at least when we played them, and that's probably the biggest difference.
You think the offensive line, and I guess specifically Jackson and Simpson, are eager to get back out there and atone for?
Yeah, I mean, they've played great all year. I mean, we just had a lot of penalties, dead ball penalties. You didn't even got the snap. And so, that was the biggest disappointment. We did a lot of good things in the OL. We did not protect well at running back. That was probably the biggest disappointment protection-wise. But our procedure penalties it's hard to have any type of rhythm, and it was disappointing because we prepared all week, for the stemming and the moving. Our defense does that all week. You see it every day. Our defense, and we just, for whatever reason, we just kind of, it was just one of them days. It was one guy here, one guy there, and it was the tight end. And it always is a critical situation. So, especially in a tight game, and you're trying to get rhythm, and you got minimum plays, people milking the clock. I mean, it's just it adds up. So they're absolutely, want to get back out and play better. Our whole team, we want to play better than our last outing, and we've played good. I mean, we had 4 games, and like I said, in the fourth quarter, they weren't even. The game was over. But we had one of them games where, we didn't play well, but we still found a way to win, and there's something to be said for that. I think that's part of teaching this team. We forget there's 80 freshmen and sophomores on this team, and they got to learn how to win those type of games. So from that standpoint, it's a positive for Trevor. In his entire career here, 20 games, he hasn't had a single game in the fourth quarter where he had to make a play that was critical, to win the game. Every fourth quarter he's had, we won the game handily. And he, of the 5 games, that was his worst game, and he didn't play bad. He just didn't. That was just his worst game. A couple mental mistakes, and missed a touchdown throw. But to show the grit and the moxie and the leadership was awesome. To see his energy. So there was a lot of positives, but definitely the team wants to get back out and play a little better.
Speaking of Trevor, can you confirm that he had the MRI?
No, I'm not confirming any of that, and I don't want anybody texting me anymore. I had a media guy text me the other night about, that's private information. That's private information. If I want anybody to know our medical stuff, I'll tell you. We'll put it on the injury report. But people texted me on my phone to ask me information that's not public, information that I wouldn't put out unless it was something that needed to be put out. That's bad business. That's not how we do things. There's nothing wrong with Trevor, and I don't like people trying to create drama. There's no drama on this team, so what do people do? They want to create drama. It's the most unbelievable thing. There's no drama. Ain't nothing wrong with Trevor. Nothing. If we did an MRI or we didn't, that ain't nobody's business. We do MRIs all the time. All the time. All the time. I mean, a guy gets a bruise on his knee, we do an MRI. A guy bruises his elbow, we do an MRI. I mean, it's like we got to find, it drives me crazy. There's no drama on our team, and so we just want to create some, oh, Trevor missed a throw, he must be hurt. No, he's human. He's human. All right? So here's what I'm confirming. Trevor Lawrence is a great football player and a great leader, and there ain't nothing wrong with him. And people creating stuff that, you know, whether he had one or not, what does that mean? It means nothing. He had a bruise. He had a bruise. If there was something wrong with him, would we be running him on the goal line and run? I mean, he's run great. There ain't nothing wrong with him. If he missed a throw, it's because he missed a throw. Period. He made a mental mistake. He made a mental mistake. He's not hurt. There's nothing wrong with him. He's not whatever. All these people just need to relax. He's a human. And he's met every expectation with 5-0, and he's done a great job. Throwing for more yards per game than we threw last year at this time, scoring the same amount of points than we did last year. Our third down percentage is higher, but I'm not getting into medical information, all right, that I don't put out there, and especially something, you know, he gets a bruise in the Texas A&M game. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Nothing. Zero. Had his best game at Syracuse. Played a great game up there. Ain't nothing wrong with him. You know, so all the drama, you know, that people create, and the reason I'm hot about this ain't on you, Grace. I'm hot about this because I got a text last night at home and I was pissed about it because it's, you know, like, oh my God, there's some conspiracy going on. You know, no, I tell y'all the truth. I'm trying to be transparent and honest. If there's something wrong with it, I would let people know. You know, there's nothing wrong with him. Zero. Nothing. So people need to get over themselves and quit creating drama when there is none. Zero. Drives me crazy. And that's just, you know, I've been mad about it since last night.
We told Chris not to ask, but she did.
Yeah.
On another note, Coach, we got a chance to speak with Darien Rencher yesterday.
You what?
We got a chance to speak with Darien Rencher yesterday, and he told us a little about his journey through Clemson and what he's been through and where he's at right now. What can you say about Darien?
Oh man, he's the epitome of what we want our program to be about. You know, I mean, just he's tough. He's a hard worker. He's committed to being the best he can be. He's a great student. He's a great ambassador. He's one of the best leaders we've had come through here. I mean, he is an unbelievable. If you polled the team 100 and whatever, I guarantee you he'd be one of the top guys on this team. We'll probably all work for Darien Rencher one day, and he's a really good player, and he's made himself. I mean, you know, he doesn't get as much opportunity on game day as of yet. When he has, he's done a great job. You know, but he's got a couple of NFL guys in front of him, you know, that level of talent here at Clemson, but that guy can play. He's a good player. We got several guys like him that they're just really committed to our program, and they just love to see guys maximize and get everything out of it. I mean, he's one of our best leaders in Paul Journey. I mean, he's a mentor. If you spend any time with Darien, you walk away and you go, wow, that's not your normal, you know, 21-year-old or whatever he is. He's not. I mean, he is an unbelievable leader, very wise. I mean, I love to sit down and talk to Darien because it's usually going to be some great in-depth conversation, and he makes me better. So he's a special person. But I just love his work ethic. You know, I had 2 knee surgeries in high school. You know, he's just grinded, and at the end of the day, our goal is for every player to just work to be the best version of themselves, and he's the epitome of that, and a great example to his team.
Before the season, I think you said we might see more 4 wide receiver sets and passing situations. So is that something we can see more of in the second half? Maybe.
Yeah, you never know. We just hadn't had many situations. You know, I mean, we really only had 1 fourth quarter game So we haven't. The games have kind of. I mean, first game we ran the ball forever, and the second game threw the ball well, threw it all over the place, and had a good game. The third game, what was the third game? Syracuse. Who was second game? Texas A&M. Texas A&M was kind of but we didn't have a lot of, third and longs and things like that. We just kind of, our plan, we really had control of the game. Syracuse threw the ball well. Then Charlotte, I mean, Trevor played about maybe two. I don't even know if he played 2 quarters before we got him out of there. So, but
second quarter.
yeah, there you go. So it just kind of where the season has gone. So we got a long way to go. So there's a lot of things that we may or may not do as we go through the course of the season. But certainly something that we can do, and we did last year at times. But we're right on track.
You kind of compared this year's start to the last few years, and again, as you said, the numbers are as good, if not better. But it does tend to be, it has been your tendency over the last few years, even when you've won the national championship, the first few games, or maybe not, everybody's kind of like, well, is this right? Is this everything right with Clemson? And then you blow everybody out by 20 after that. I mean, is there a commonality to it? Is there a little bit of like, everybody kind of get their feet wet early? Or?
I mean, that's just college football. I mean, it's just hard. You've got a new team every year, and there's a lot you got to figure out and learn as far as what you're best at, and figuring out you don't know as much about the opponents early in the season. You don't have a lot of tape, but usually we get better as we go. And if there's been a MO, it's been that we get better, and so hopefully we'll continue to get better. But as far as if you just look at last year's team and this year's team, we have more sacks than last year's Freakazoids. I think we got 19 sacks. They had 17. Our scoring defense is still top 10. We're 9th. I think we're giving up 12 points a game. Last year we were giving up 16 points a game. Our flip side, our offensively, the numbers are the same. We're scoring 38 points a game. We're passing the ball for more yards per game. Rushing's a little lower. Total offense about the same. Again, we've had a lot of garbage time in there too. We're kind of non-competitive play where it can skew that a little bit. But again, third down percentage is higher, right at 46%. Last year, 42%. The biggest difference where we were last year is we've had more turnovers, -1. We were +1 last year at this time, and we've had more penalties. So that's the 2 things we gotta clean up, do a little better job, as we go down the road. But yeah, I think we're maybe haven't met some people's expectations, and I think a lot of people expect us to just destroy every opponent if we don't win by. Sometimes we win by 21 and people ain't happy. I've been there too. Oh my God, what's wrong? We only won by 21 points. There ain't nothing wrong. It's hard to win, and I just have a deep appreciation for how hard it is to win in college football, especially with a new team. And you're talking about a team that's won 4 games pretty handily, and then they go on the road. North Carolina can beat anybody in this league. They've got enough, and if they stay healthy, they're going to give everybody a challenge because they got enough. They got just enough. Now, they don't have a lot of depth, but they played about a clean game. No turnovers. Not many missed tackles. They did a nice job and milked the clock, and we make a few mistakes here and there. But those guys can play. They're pretty good. So you got to give the opponent. It's hard to win. I mean, it's just hard. But the objective is to win, and so from that standpoint, we've met the expectations. We're 5-0, and that's what we expected. But we got to get better. I mean, we're a work in progress, and hopefully we got a lot more games ahead of us. I know we at least got 7 more. So I want to see us get better. We're kind of going into halftime, 6th game. We're almost halfway through. It's crazy. We're almost halfway through this season. The open date was great. We had a chance to really, study ourselves and things that we've done well, things that we've done not so well. But it's been more good than bad. It's been more good than bad. That's why we're 5-0. And I'm excited about this team. Get back to work Saturday and see if we can continue to progress. And we just want to be our best. We just want to be the best we can be. We might be a 9-3 team. We might be a 10-2 team. I don't know. I just want to see commitment. I want to see work ethic. I want to see passion. I want to see attention to details. I want to see relentless effort. You know, and see us not lose to Clemson. You know, and control the things that we control. If somebody's good enough to beat you, they beat you, shake their hand, you move on. But you know, fixing some of the mistakes, being more precise, precision and detailed in what we're doing. So that's been our objective. Really worked a lot on Clemson these last 2 weeks. Certainly getting ahead on Florida State, but it's been a lot on ourselves. And the guys are eager to get back out there and go back to work. Love the challenge every week. Love it. That's what it's all about.
Anybody else?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.